What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting from the D. Let's get into the topic at hand. Seems like that fundraising second run for the Anthony family, it's not going over very well. It's been a few days now since they upped the amount to the just under 1.4 million goal. They've gained around 5,000. That's a drop in the bucket compared to the 8 or 9,000 more that they need in order to be fully funded. So why isn't this going over well? A lot of black folks is not feeling it. I mean, I said this when I talked about it before, that I didn't think that black folks were going to reach back in their wallet and support this. That for a lot of people, it's summertime and they want to use their money for what they want to use it for. They want to take a trip somewhere or whatever. And some, I believe, just weren't going to want to support it because when they saw he was being indicted on first degree murder charges, they were just going to be like, look, that boy cooked. I'm not about to throw good money to that. Well, I mean, those are some of the reason why, but there's a reason that I was not expecting, and I'm actually entertained and kind of glad that this is the reason. I mean, black folks are really like, look, where is that damn money? Black folks is basically saying, y'all got $500,000. It's only been a few months. How y'all crying broke? In the bullet points on the Give, Send, Go page, they've got different things listed that they needed the money for, that they were using the money for. And one of those things was to get good legal representation and an investigative team or whatever. And people are like, okay, but then you skip forward to now and they're applying for a public defender. So people like, what the hell is going on here? Do y'all have money or don't y'all have money? How did y'all run through 500K in just a matter of a few months? I mean, there's been speculation about where they stand at now, how much that costs and whatnot. I mean, we really don't know. But as I said, and I was right, people want transparency of where this money went. Now, me, I was never donating to this. I didn't donate to it. I never intended on donating to it. And I thought that donating to this was a bad idea. I thought donating to this was just a bad look. I'm like, the young man is in the wrong. And we got to stop defending people just because they black. Like, that is freaking insane. The young man was in the wrong. You can't take weapons to school grounds. They're prohibited. You are not allowed, and I didn't know this before, but I know this now, so he had to have known this because he was a student. You are not allowed to sit in another school's tent. That is also prohibited. They have designated areas. You are absolutely not allowed to sit with another school's tent. So the young man takes a knife to school, which is prohibited, and then he goes and he sits in the tent, and he's not supposed to be there. And then when asked to leave, instead of just leaving, because listen, I don't fight meaningless battles. I'm not going to be somewhere I'm not welcome. If I'm sitting in the school's tent, let's say he sat there and didn't know, hypothetically. If I'm sitting in a different school's tent and I don't notice and they bring it to my attention, hey, this is the such and such school tent, you can't be here, no problem. I'm out of here. Like, it's just that simple for me. People make struggles out of the simplest things. Leave. You were asked to leave, just leave. Why did that have to turn into what it has? And I bet you he wished now he would have just left rather than doing what he did. But that's neither here or there. They said that he needed to have a competent legal counsel or whatever. They're applying for a public defender, and people want receipts. Like, where is this money going? All right, they like, it's not being spent on a lawyer and whatnot. Where is this money going? One of the things was talking about they needed money to get to and from court hearings. I heard that and I just thought, are y'all just listing off anything? Because I mean, not to be funny, not to be disrespectful, but don't y'all have vehicles already? So I mean, to just gas up whatever vehicle you got to go to and from a court hearing, I mean, why even list that here? And if you don't want to drive your own vehicle, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but let's say hypothetically you didn't want to drive your own vehicle. I mean, how much is an Uber ride, man? So that was just kind of strange to me. And it said, counseling for the whole family, this trauma counseling for the whole family. A lot of people are balking at that. Me, I was like, I'm not going to say this is a wasted expense. I'm going to just let y'all make y'all own judgment about that. A lot of people balking at that. They not feeling that. So ultimately, you have a lot of black folks that feel like they were hoodwinked, that feel like they were scammed by this. And to those people, or to some of those people, I have this to say. I was called a sellout because I didn't think that it was a good idea to just support this man's bad behavior and bad decision making just for being black. It's like, how does that make me a sellout? Carmelo Anthony is a man. He's a young man, but he's a man. I also am a man. We're both black. Like, who holds another black man accountable? Things is different when it's men. You don't make excuses for men. We expect accountability for men. So this was me not being on no whole sugarcoating stuff. It's like, yeah, what he did was stupid. He put himself in a really bad situation. I don't think that donating to this is a good idea. People's motives for donating to this was really ridiculous. They made it a racial thing when it wasn't, because it could have easily been another black student. Like, really, it just happened to be a white student. But it seemed like people were donating to this just because he was black and the young man who had been unalive was white, which was really stupid. And now some of those same people feel like they've been bamboozled. So for those people who claimed I was a sellout because I didn't want to support it just because he was black, I didn't think that it was a good idea donating to it. I said that black folks always got money for all this type of silly stuff or whatever, but never investing in anything that matters. What say y'all now? Unc Chris really wants to know, what say y'all now? Now that you donated literally hundreds of thousands of dollars more than what they asked for. Because they didn't ask for 500 G's. I can't even remember what the original amount was, but it was much lower. I don't even think the original amount was even over 100K. They raised it. They kept raising it as the amount was getting hit. But then they cashed out $500,000, and now to learn that that wasn't enough, they want y'all to turn back around and give them even more money. They want y'all to give them nearly $1 million additional dollars. And that's why people mad as hell. Because they feel lied to, they feel used, manipulated. And some of that is true. I don't think you were really lied to. I thought that, I personally believe that you saw what was happening and you just wanted to just side with him because he was black. You weren't manipulated. You conned yourself. I mean, we saw what it was. The young man made a poor choice. He did something really stupid. And y'all decided that, because white people get away with this too, whatever, two wrongs don't make a right. That whole celebrating stuff, this whole race war stuff, whatever, find better hills to die on, man. Like, really, find better hills to die on. There are many legitimate causes to get behind and put your money behind. This Carmelo Anthony thing, it wasn't. I don't know why so many of y'all wanted to die on the sword for this young man. Like, really, it was absolutely ridiculous. And now you guys are angry. You feel like you've been made a fool of, all because they were not using the money for what you hoped that they would. You hoped that they would build up this defense for him and whatnot. And the thing is this, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna be frank. I'm gonna say the important part out loud. If you need hundreds of thousands of dollars to defend yourself in a case like this, you just might not be innocent. Like, really, I'm just saying it's innocent until proven guilty, yes. But when you gotta spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay, and now it's been raised up to 1.4 million. If you need 1.4 million to defend yourself from start to end from this first degree murder thing, y'all might not like to hear this, but I mean, you might not be innocent. You might be guilty of exactly what you being accused of. Right? Just saying, man. I'm gonna leave it there though. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. And hit me in them comments. I'ma holler at y'all. Peace.